Tom and I were told we couldn't even conceive children naturally, I was upset and wondered what this doctor was even talking about.
For the most part, everything was fine. Most of the tests came back fine. And he said, for whatever reason, things just aren't compatible. Maybe you're incompatible.
December 29th. What is that?
Oh, I forgot there's another Mother's Day card here.
Oh! Yeah. You're taping this, right?
I sure am.
Potential for consistency. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I couldn't say anything.
It was one of the happiest moments of my life.
I knew it's a positive test. I knew it.
You go into the 8-week ultrasound expecting to see something the size of a kidney bean and with a heartbeat, and your doctor tells you the baby hasn't grown. You go through all these emotions in a single minute. You're angry, you're scared, you're upset, and you ask why.
I didn't want to believe it. The doctor was nice enough to do a second scan, and sure enough, the baby had stopped growing.
God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up.
Something told me I was pregnant.
And the funny thing, too, is that she took so many tests, and this was the 3rd or 4th one, and it finally came out positive.
I truly did not believe we were going to get pregnant right away after the miscarriage and the D&C. I thought it would take just as long as it did the first time.
At the suggestion of a friend, we went to South Haven, Michigan.
It was one of the best trips we've ever taken. We were pregnant, it was our anniversary. We thought, finally we're gonna have a kid.
We were just on cloud 9. We had one of the best anniversary trips we'd ever taken.
I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life.
I was so excited and happy, and she was healthy.
It's amazing when you're watching that screen and there's a baby in there, but there's no distinguishable features yet. There's no arms, there's no legs, there's no head. But right in the center of the screen, there's just this little gray flickering. And then the doctor said, "You want to hear it?" That is a sound I don't think any parent could ever forget.
I just haven't met you yet.
I'm excited as heck. We're gonna find out if it's a boy or a girl, and then we can really get started on the nursery and we can plan everything. The doctor comes in, does the scan, and he told us there was no fluid around her, and that caused a problem because there's no cushion. With the amniotic fluid, she could easily roll on her cord and cut off her blood supply.
No one had even heard of it. Someone's water breaking that early.
At first we were happy because we saw kidneys and we saw renal arteries and a little bladder, and they pointed out saying, that's, a uterus, so you're gonna have a girl. And then the doctor walks in and her first words are, "You must be really stressed. I don't think this child will live outside the womb." They suggested we terminate the pregnancy because she's not able to develop lungs. If I get an infection, I could most likely die.
I was just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science and progress did not speak as loud as my heart.
Tom and I had some very hard decisions to make.
As Stacy's always said, she'd rather leave me childless than wifeless.
Quality of life was really important to Tom and I.
So then we got to thinking, maybe termination really is the better option. Did we really want to bring a kid into the world who would suffer for its entire existence? We didn't want to do that.
Nobody said it was easy.
Thank God we saw another doctor, and she was the one who really turned the tide and said, you know, if something bad would have happened, it would have happened. And if your body was going to try and end this pregnancy on its own, it would have done it already. And if Stacy was going to get an infection and die, that would have happened already. And that this baby had no better chance of getting any of the diseases or problems as any other normal kid. So with all that removed, it took me some convincing even, and thank God Stacy did. But we said, why not? Give this kid every chance we can.
Because as long as she was growing in my stomach and moving, she was still alive. We could not live with ourselves knowing that we would be taking away a life that could possibly have made it. We went into the hospital and they admitted me, telling me that they didn't know what caused the bleeding, but I needed to stay in. It was nice to have that quality time with her, just to feel her moving in my stomach, and you know, if I was hungry or if she was hungry, she'd kick me till I ate something. Every time she moved, I felt some sense of hope because she was living. She was still going. She was fighting.
All of the nurses, all of the doctors always said, what a strong heartbeat she has.
And I was there for exactly 2 days before she was born.
I had just gotten off the phone with Stacy at about 9:45. We were actually saying our prayers together over the phone.
1 minute I'm monitoring her on the heart monitor, and the next I'm feeling excruciating pain.
Next thing I know, the phone's ringing. My heart just sank. I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what. But nothing prepared me for what was to come, which was, your wife is in labor. What? I couldn't even think straight. It took everything I had just to remember to put pants on and go downstairs and start the car and drive. Got down to the hospital. They're wheeling out Sophia in her little incubator. And I know there's all kinds of machines on her, and there's people following her around, and there's little tubes going into her. I don't see any of that. I see my daughter, and I see her eyes open, and she takes a real good long look at me. And then the doctor said, well, we have to wheel her into the NICU as soon as we can. I said, go, do what you gotta do.
Next thing I know, I'm in recovery, being told that my daughter's holding on pretty strong. I was wheeled in. I didn't care about the pain at that point. And when I saw her, it was heartbreaking yet amazing. I said, hi, baby girl. Hi, Sophia. And she opened her eyes and she grabbed my finger. And she was so soft and she had such a grip.
That was really hard seeing her there, but it was such a miracle at the same time. I mean, you see your daughter lying there with tubes and wires and everything, keeping her alive. But at the same time, based on what doctors had told us, this wasn't even supposed to happen. She wasn't supposed to live and not even make it this far. And here she was at total peace, able to open her eyes. She had excellent reflexes. She had the strength to grab every single one of our fingers and know the love of her own family.
Through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven.
Sophia was rolled in. She was unhooked from everything. And I held her. And I gave her lots of kisses and told her that I loved her.
Time can break your heart. Have you begging, please? Begging, please. Yes, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven.
God did what I asked him to do, which was to take her if she started to suffer. We didn't even think we would get 5 hours with her. That's 4 hours and 59 minutes more than I ever expected.
Maybe you're still here.
And the fact she lived 5 hours stunned a lot of people. Not just us, but the doctors and the staff. And I'm very, very proud of her for giving us that, because she didn't have to.
You're still an inspiration. Can it be that you...
No one really knows what to say. And honestly, there is nothing you can really say about this. What I tell people is, if you're a parent, let your kids know you love them, because none of us know how long we're going to be here for.
Fly me up to where you are, beyond the distant star. I wish upon tonight to see you smile, if only for a while to know you're there. A breath away is not far to where you are.
Get second and third opinions. Don't just listen to what the one doctor says, and just have as much faith as you can.
Gently sleeping here inside my dream, and isn't faith believing all power can't be seen? As my heart holds you just one beat away, I cherish all you gave me every day, 'cause you are mine forever, love, watching me.
I know she's up there watching over everybody. And it's such a blessing to know that I have an angel up there. I have two.
If you're lost and alone, or you're sinking like a stone, carry on. May your past be the sound of your feet upon the ground. Carry on. Carry on, carry on.